Well, hey McFly subscribers. So, I'm pretty excited about this. If you guys remember, I did a review maybe about a month ago on OPST Commando Head Skagit line. And I got it for a 6-weight, and it's great, and I love it. Again, it's not for every single use, but when I'm throwing a streamer, I don't have a lot of room behind me. I can really chuck it out there with the roll cast, and it's really nice. Still haven't learned all the Skagit casting yet. Been trying to practice with it, but I tend to do a little better with the roll cast only. But it does great with the roll cast. Even with the back cast, I can launch it out there real quick, kind of like a shooting head. So all in all, it's a really good line for specific situations. So I have another specific situation though that I think it'll work really well for, and that's for my 3-weight. So I have a 3-weight rod. You guys know about it. It's my 10-foot 3-weight, my Euro nymphing style rod. And you know, I don't really throw streamers with that. You can't. I mean, it's not really, it's not made for that, especially regular line, especially bigger streamers. And there's a few lakes that I like to fish just for fun. One of them I actually brought you out for video, and that's Haviland Lake. You saw me on the kayak with that, but I fish from shore as well, and it's got a lot of stuff right behind you, like literally, like you're touching bushes behind you, so you really have no back cast whatsoever. It's really tough to roll cast with normal weight forward line. I even have a double taper I take out there, and while I can roll cast a little better with that, still not quite as good as I think this will do. So I contacted OPST and asked them what line to get for my 10-foot 3-weight. I already have the right heads, the tips for a 3-weight, because I guess the 6-weight and 3-weight use the same tip. A different head, but the same tip. And but they sent me another one, a floating tip, because I said, not a lot of times I'm using a weighted, line. I can fish more right on top. So they sent me the floating tip. Also, they sent me a 175 grain, which is good for the 10-foot 3-weight. Now, if you have a 9-foot or lower, I think it's 150 grain you got to go with. But the 175 grain will work. I'm gonna open it really quick, and I'm gonna save you guys. You guys already saw me put the line on my 6-weight, so I'll save you guys that you don't have to watch me put it on this time. You already know, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link in the description section. You can check it out of how I put the line on my reel myself, and you guys can do the same thing. But there we go, there's the running line. Obviously you put that on first, and then you throw on the Commando Head on top of that with a loop, and then you can change out the tips if you want a sink tip or all floating, okay? So I'm actually gonna go out and try this, guys, and once I get this loaded up on the reel, I'm gonna go out and fish those lakes, little streamers, but they have some weight to them, and they're tough to roll cast out with a regular line on a 3-weight. It really is. And I think this will give me the ability to cast a bigger streamer a little further and get out to where they're at. The thing about that lake is there's small fish. I don't want to throw a 6-weight out there. It won't be fun. I won't be fighting the fish. It would be like a broomstick on them. But fighting them on a 3-weight is going to be really nice. Because they're 12 inches, maybe 15 if you're lucky. That's really lucky. They're mostly 12 inches, 10 inches sometimes, small fish. But what they're hitting is streamer, so, there's that. So this will get me out there, but then I can fight them like a 3-weight, and it feels nice, so. All right, guys, so this is where I usually have really good luck. I'll be able to stand on that right there, and you can kind of see out in the water there's some rocks out there, and then right past the rocks, like right about there, is where all the fish hang out. I can maybe get it to the rocks with my other line, but luckily I'm fishing that Skagit line, the OPST Skagit line. I'm also fishing this streamer. I have really good luck with this streamer, at least the orange one out here. It does really well. All right, the other nice thing about this line is that it's versatile. You can make back casts with it. So, you know, not only is it good for roll casting and whatnot, but if you really need to get some good distance and you get to a spot like this where it's just a field behind you and you have nothing to worry about, one tree here, but I'm gonna go fish it right up there, so I've got pretty far ways to back cast. You can do it, and you can get far. You can get really good distance with this. This line is awesome. I mean, really, for someone like me that doesn't know Skagit casting, it still is beneficial, even for someone like you that might not know it. And if you do know it, or plan to learn, you can even do better. Check out some of this footage that OPST sent me of their casting. It's amazing how far they can get and what they can do with it. In fact, even some of their back casting looks a lot better than mine. Of course, they're much better at doing it than I am. But it is definitely something that I highly recommend. So if you want to check it out, go ahead and click the description section down below, and you'll see some links to where you can purchase this. Put some Amazon links, because if you're not happy with it, Amazon is very easy to return it to Amazon, so check that out. If you're finding this video a couple months down the road and you find that that link doesn't work, just go to OPST.com, I believe. I'll put a link down there too, and that's their website. You can purchase from there too. This is basically the situation where you're going to want to fish with this line in a small little lake like this, or even some streams and whatnot. It's perfect with 3-weight if you need to throw a streamer. It gives you that ability to, instead of just dry flies and small nymphs like usual with a 3-weight. So this is definitely going to be a good tool in your bag. Something that I highly recommend, especially if you like streamer fishing, or if the place that you're going, like this, kind of requires it. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Now you go catch some fish.